All right. It is Thursday, June 2nd. I am still in North Carolina. Hopefully, our connection is better. And we're talking about the Challenge All Stars 3 tonight on Jury Duty, right?
That's right.
Yeah, let's do it. All right. I am Kyle Petty, and I am joined by the, mediocrely fabulous John Dunphy. This is Jury Duty. A Big Brother podcast, but tonight we're talking to Challenge. You can find us in the socials at BB Jury Duty. This episode, there's a lot actually to talk with this. Okay. Let me just adjust my volume. Say some things.
Test 1 2. Hello, Kyle.
You couldn't just talk about the show. You had test 1 2. You could have just gone on.
You're right.
Yeah, we're off to a great start.
It's the first thing. I'm sorry. I just
Test 1 2. Oh my goodness. Yeah, somebody say a prayer. So anyway. So big format change, huh? Big format change.
Yeah, I love it. What do you think?
I don't know if I love it. I have mixed feelings. So let's go through it all. So before we were playing, top three finishing duos form the authority. They vote, they're 2 people in, and whoever loses the challenge, they were automatically in. All right, so that's how we got our elimination pairings. Okay, now the authority has been chopped down to 2. Okay, just highest performing duo forms the authority, and then they decide who is going in. Okay, them alone. However, the additional twist now being whoever is selected now to go down into the arena for the elimination gets to select their own opponents. Now, on the surface, I think this is very fun.
Yeah.
However, like we said before, now who cares if they lose?
Right.
If I don't win, then so what?
Yeah.
I don't know. And depending on what challenges we have coming up, I can see that being a bit of a flarn out.
Right. I like that. If you lost, you're automatically in.
Yes, and especially because that really harkened back to how the challenge began.
Right.
It was always performance based. It's just why we had that culture of such honor in this game. You don't do that to me. I won. I'm the winner. And as soon as you started with all this politics stuff, people start to get pissed.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
No, I definitely can see that. I agree with you on that. I kind of like that the authority now isn't this just clump of people making a decision. If 4 people working together, they can kind of take it over. It's all right, if you win, you've earned the right now. You and one other person.
Yes, I do like that end of it. Yeah, I like that end of it. I still think the losers should just go in. That's what All Stars, was supposed to be. It was supposed to be a throwback. Okay, so that's it on the gameplay. There's so many other things to talk about, but I'm glad we got that out of the way.
There's so much drama.
There's a lot of drama. Let me pull up my notes here. Okay. Where do I even start here? Everyone hates Kellyanne.
I know.
Everyone hates Kellyanne. I don't quite understand what that's about. There's somebody else that everyone's talking about though, that they can't stand.
Is it Beth?
My goodness. Well, all right. That's not who I wanted to get into. I feel like there's still somebody else that I was really thinking of. But since you mentioned her name, since you have invoked, I gotta tell you, Beth sucks.
I had hopes when she was coming in that it was going to be another number that wasn't in the treehouse, and people were so wary of her. But I was thinking maybe she's coming in as a different Beth, and she just wants to come in and work with people. That wasn't the case.
I think it is. She wants to talk about how she doesn't like the way that this game is being played. Meanwhile, she's out here saying these things about John A and MJ.
Yeah.
That is really inappropriate. And then even in that DR, she even went on to say, "We're playing a game. I'm just trying to ruffle some feathers." So that's not as bad as them playing a very straightforward game, basically saying we don't give a shit about you. We're just playing a game. Like fuck you. Like I just don't understand what she's talking about. That sucks.
And I don't understand it because like that doesn't feel like game to me. Like people can make big moves and like blindside and backstab and do all that, but like when you start coming out here being like, oh yeah, they're having an affair, like that affects things outside of
that.
the
Yeah,
game.
that affair. Exactly. That's not game, and she's just sitting back giggling.
Wasn't a fan of that at all.
No, I was not a fan of that at all. And she's over here on her high horse. About how nobody else is being nice to her, and she feels like she's being bullied. Yeah. I mean, I know you like her and everything, but I think she sucks.
Yeah, she kind of sucks. Yeah.
This ticker is so good. Isn't this ticker good?
I love it.
I gotta write a letter to Restream. I do. I really feel like that was the one feature that I saw on other people's streaming platforms that I was very jealous of. I was always jealous of it. And I liked it doesn't remove the names to put it there.
Right. There's so many things you can do with it too. The ticker.
Oh yeah. And we're gonna really lean into this good.
Anyone that's listening, audio only, we are talking about a ticker on the bottom of the screen. So if you want to see it, follow us on YouTube and you can watch it.
Wow, look at you!
Become
the little marketer. Speaking of which, I'm still scared to do anything with our Facebook. I'm so scared of them.
Yeah.
They're like, invite people to like this page. I was like, should I?
Right.
It's like I did that once before, and you Florence me. Yeah. Any Hoosers. So we had Kayla and Brad selecting who they were going to sabotage, right?
No.
And they select Beth and MJ.
Yeah.
Wow, you can keep the ticker and do captions.
It's beautiful.
Yeah. If that isn't about damn like nicest thing you ever did see. And Gina misses it. That's all right. She'll be back. She'll be back later this summer. So any Hoosers. Beth and MJ were selected. Kayla, whatever. Like lame move. Like
I just think Kayla's just annoying. I'm sorry.
Yeah, for somebody who's always running around here trying to act like she's gonna shake things up and she's gonna really make a difference and everything, she sure doesn't when she actually has an opportunity to do so. All right, Kayla's a punk. And then MJ. What do you think about this Brad and MJ thing? You think he's got beef? How
did this start? Was it just because MJ like won the last All-Star season and Brad is like targeting him because he's a big threat? Like, because it did feel, and MJ even said it in this episode. He's like, this is making it personal. 2 weeks in a row. Like, what do you think about it? It's weird to me.
I don't know that it is a little weird. I don't know that it is. I think that I can understand it. If I was MJ, I'd be feeling that way. I get it. But to be on the other side of it, knowing like the gameplay now behind it, if I have this thing, this sabotage can actually sabotage me, right? So like if I already sabotaged you once, might as well do it again. Why piss off two people like that? So that unfortunately, it's just your unfortunate luck that I won twice in a row.
Right.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know.
I have a question because we saw it from the women's side, and I'm just thinking like in that line of thinking with Brad being like, I already put this sabotage on MJ once. Let's not make another enemy. Let's just put it on the same person. Do you think at some point we'll see any of the guys put a sabotage on one of the women? Because we've already seen Kendall put it on MJ, right? So like,
I don't think that they would unless you're getting to a stage in the game like later where I don't know. Maybe just later on. Yeah. I feel like the men have their own beef enough to keep within them.
Right.
They're kind of a mess.
It's crazy. As I'm thinking about it, I'm realizing that Kendall also sabotaged MJ, so he's actually gotten it like 3 weeks in a row or something like that. Which I can understand why he's pissed.
But see, Kendall's reasoning, she thought Well, she thought she was doing something to protect the women because she thought she was going to be able to get some
Right.
girls thing going. I mean, like, everyone had a reason,
Right.
you know.
That's
Sorry,
totally true.
sorry. I mean, that's the game. I mean, think like how many times, like if you're playing Uno, like like in a group of people, like over and over and over again, and like this person just like keeps winning, like they just end up being the person that you start to target with your draw twos and your draw fours. Like you start passing cards under the table, like here, just skip that motherfucker, you know?
Yeah.
Like, yeah, like I don't know.
Actually, it's funny that you say this because I had a thought like sort of like similar to this about Janae in this episode, because she made a comment at one point, I think, about MJ and how he was being targeted, being like, I guess if you win, you know, people don't really take too kindly to that. And it's like, well, yeah, of course, Janae.
No,
if you like people that haven't won, they don't want the people that have already won. They don't want them to win again. Which
right.
is why it's so impressive that people like Bananas and CT and Wes and all these other people have multiple championships, you know? Like,
yes. Can I also just say that as you were talking?
Oh boy.
No, remember when I said, I was like, there's somebody else that I wanted to talk about. And I was like, but I don't remember who it was. It's because it wasn't in this show. That's why. I realized that who I was thinking of was from Big Brother Australia. And that
okay.
And I was like, wait, what was the point I had? I had a great point. And I'm like, yeah, not this. So anywho,
all right. You'll get to make that point in a little while.
Yeah, I can't wait. I can't wait. But first, that was another one for our friends.
Yes.
So Sylvia and Mark Win. Sylvia, you know, I love Sylvia. Mark wins much to the chagrin of Brad.
This whole situation was wild to me.
Now, tell me why you think it was wild, and tell me what side of this you stand on.
So I think it was wild. So I initially thought going into it, because of who was having that conversation about like having Mark win for the men, I thought that Brad was already involved, and it was probably just the editing, because I thought he was in that group like talking before the challenge. And then when he was running around kind of being like, wait a minute, what is this plan? Like, why wasn't I told about this ahead of time? And then I started to feel really bad for him, because I was like, he just wants to win. Why is everybody just throwing this to Mark right now? It's like, wait a minute. I didn't really get it either. I kind of understood where Brad was coming from.
Oh, okay. So you're on Brad's side.
I think so.
You're not sure?
I'm still unsure, because I do, like, I guess I understand the plan in a way. It's like, all right, if you have this group of guys and it's the majority of them, and they want to, like, you know, sort of guarantee a certain outcome, you know, this would be, I guess, the way to do it. But like, if everybody's not on board with it, like, and I totally understood as the episode progressed then, and we got closer to the elimination, why Brad didn't want to be involved in this. Like, leave me alone. Like, let me just play this game and try to win. Like,
right. I'm on Brad's side with this. If he truly was not involved with the decision making around this, don't you dare just walk up to me and tell me that I'm not to win this. Like, when me not winning this could mean my game, you know, because you don't know what's going to happen in elimination. So like, this could be the end of my game if I end up going down, all in a decision that I wasn't even a part of. Yeah, you're damn right. We're gonna have to have a conversation later on. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and I don't always like Brad. You know, I listen. I know he's an OG. He goes way back, but he's not always my buddy. But I totally back him on this one. Yeah, I totally backed him.
Yeah, I agree.
I was scared you were gonna, because like, you know, I know that you love Wes.
I do love Wes, but
yeah, and I gotta tell you, Wes has been pissing me off a little bit.
Yeah, tell me about it.
But I don't remember now exactly why. because then I watched Big Brother right after this, because I was so backed up. But I remember finding him like very annoying. Although I was rooting for him. We'll get there.
I know what you're gonna say.
Although I think we're there. Well, we'll talk about the girls. We'll talk about the girls.
Yes.
Obviously.
Yeah.
Well, we have to. I know, because we have to finish the men because we were on the men. So
Yeah.
obviously the whole Brad West thing, and as a result of this now, West basically volunteers to go in to basically say to Brad, listen, I'm sorry, man. What did you think of that?
I like this. I thought it was big. I thought this was a good move on Wes's part.
I was surprised.
I was surprised too. I don't think that he would have done it necessarily. I could be wrong. I don't know if he would have done it if he couldn't have picked his own opponent. What do you think?
That's interesting. Yeah, maybe. I don't know that he would have.
Right.
Well, I guess it depends. Because I guess you would have known before you started volunteering who you were going against. You would have known that already with the old rules because it would have just been the loser. But now would he have done that if he was going up against MJ? Because MJ is actually who lost.
Right.
Because of the sabotage and the fact that everybody was just going. Okay. Also, this challenge stunk.
Yeah, I wasn't a fan of this.
Yeah, this was truly like, this is like 1999, the challenge. Okay, this is like field day type activities. I don't want to watch glorified ring toss. Okay,
right.
That is not. I was very disappointed in this challenge. The only thing that was pleasing to me about this challenge was that this is not the episode I decided to try to make my mother watch to try to bring her into the challenge. Okay, because I've been trying to sell her on this now that it's coming to CBS and it's going to be right after Big Brother. I'm trying to like plant some seeds here. I've been embarrassed if she sat down for the first time and watched ring toss. Okay, so
ring toss.
Yeah,
it was ring toss.
That's exactly what
a little more running.
Yeah, or you just had to run. That's all. But lame. This stunk. It was not fun to watch. It was a complete snoozer. Sorry, I said what I said.
No, I totally agree with you. I would have loved if there was some kind of like, especially with it being the first time where there's just like a 2-person authority. If they like had the guys, and the girls team up, they got put into pairs or something, and there's some like elevated thing where one person's getting the rings and giving them to their partner, and then they have to throw it on the ring toss, something different, not just like, all right, run around and get these rings and then toss them.
Really?
Yeah.
Lame-o.
Yeah, I agree.
The only thing that I would accept is if like maybe there was a technical error with whatever was supposed to actually be played, and this was like the oh shit. Well, we only have these people for this long.
Do you think
we have to play something?
You know what I'm thinking actually right now? Like,
what?
Do you think like because there's been some pretty wild challenges on this season.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of them being like elevated high up in the air, and like it was a bad look. We talked about like champions and like wanted to like the show wanting to make them look good and not look like losers. And like last week, Darrell did not look good in that challenge. Like that, you know what I mean? Like he refused. Like Beth wouldn't even walk out there. Like I wonder if there was like some bigger challenge and they were just like, all right, we'll do one on the ground this time. We don't want any former
I don't think
champs
so.
bowing out.
I don't think so. No, I don't think that's the culture of All Stars, because I'll tell you, Katie has had some rough goes. You remember Katie? She's had some rough goes on these All Stars with these heights things, her face getting blown up. I mean, she's had a rough time, and they sure keep putting her up in the sky. And she hates and she hates it. She hates it. And they just keep putting her up there. So I don't know. I think you're giving them a little bit too much credit. I don't think they're that nice.
All right.
So that's the men. So West, no, it's not the men. That's not the men. West decides to go in because Brad's his friend.
Yeah.
And West selects yes. And
the battle of West and yes.
I can't.
know.
Yes sucks. I don't know what happened. Like I never used to feel that way about him. I loved him.
Yeah.
In the his first go round in the challenge. I enjoyed him in All Stars 1. Wasn't my favorite, but it was fine. This season, I think he stinks.
And it was funny to me too, like because TJ at some point referred to him in this episode as like one of his favorite people that's ever played on the challenge or something.
Yes.
One of his favorite human beings.
I immediately started to view TJ different.
Yeah,
I said, TJ, you better stop it before I start rating you lower than Julie.
But it seemed to me, I wrote like a few notes down about this tonight because I was like, it seems like Yes is literally obsessed with Wes. Every time he's on camera, I don't know if it's just because they like everything they showed us was like, somebody asking Yes, like, all right, well, tell us about what's going on with you and Wes. And they only aired those moments. But it seemed like every time that Yes was on camera, he was talking about how he doesn't like how Wes plays the game. He wants the game to be played with integrity and honor and this and that. It was just like, and then you had Yes up there in the elimination screaming mother effer and this and that. Like I'm like, it just seemed a little crazy to me.
No, it's a little ridiculous, and there's a part of me, and I really need, and this is going to be part of a stretch assignment. Can I give you a stretch assignment for you, just for you personally? I really think you need to go back and watch All Stars 1 and 2. There is a part of me that does believe that some of the drama with these All Stars is like just very contrived, which is why I don't like Nehemiah as much as I do not like him. And he's getting a very small edit.
Yeah,
this
I've
season.
Noticed that.
In comparison to what he got with season 2. I think all of Nehemiah's drama is self-created and like just blown up. And I feel like this Yes and Wes thing is of the same flavor.
Yeah.
Yeah. Although I think Wes really doesn't like him. I think Yes is just trying to like kind of force like a storyline. But I think Wes can't stand them.
Yeah. I think you're right.
Yeah, I think Wes is real. I think Yes is being a jerk.
I even saw like Wes was tweeting out like good and evil battled tonight and good prevailed or something like that.
Which I'm telling you, I am this close to unfollowing Wes. I can't look. I can't take it anymore. Although he looked so good in his elimination shorts. Yo, I was like, all right, Mr. West. It's okay. All right. We're rooting for you, baby. Just get Yes out of here. All right. So that's the men. Man. That's the men.
Yes.
There's a lot going on the female side.
There really is. There really is. I can't stand Kayla. She's just so rude all the time.
She's just so rude.
She's so rude. It's true.
Kayla, what is it that she said or did that made you feel that she was so rude? Like, what got you so fired up? Was it burning your biscuits?
She's just always talking about like, oh, all these old ladies and this and like she's just like it's like Kayla, just calm down. She's having a good season. Sure, I'll give her that. But like she's never really done anything before. And you have all these legends of the game. I know I've said this like week after week. But like just come on, just show a little humility, a little bit of class. Like, come on. I'm so tired of her.
Yeah. Well, while we're talking about her, do you remember? She was on the list for Challenge 38, wasn't she? With her husband or something like that. Isn't that what we read? She's going to be interesting to watch in a real challenge season because I think she's just I think she's puffing her wings a little bit. You know, she's starting to really think who she is because she's around all these old ladies. You know, it's like she's peacocking a bit. I really want to see what happens when she's up against a Casey, you know?
Yeah.
When you have to face like a fiery Nani again, okay? What's good, Kayla? You know, because she was always bottom rung, lowest of the pack, you know, among these women. So yeah, I'm excited to kind of see what happens there.
There was even a comment in this episode this week where she said something like, "Oh, like all these other women, they want to come for the treehouse, but they have to actually win something first." Like it's just the way that she talks. It's like you're having a good season. Like celebrate that. Don't talk shit about everybody else. Like this is an all-star season. Everybody here has proved themselves.
A good season because you're. For as much as we don't like that, she's calling them old ladies. Like they are like considerably older than her. Like.
Yeah.
You really get to like run around and like act like I want to look up her age like right now. That's what I'm doing. Like do you really want to like really want I don't know. How do I want to say this? Do you really want to sit here and act like you're like the toughest bitch ever, and you're beating people who like some of them could be your mother?
Right.
Like I don't know that you know what I mean. Like especially
Oh
like
yeah.
when Beth said that.
Yep.
It's
Yep.
like, okay, she's all right. Let's look up her age. Let's find her. Oh, this could be impossible. I'm definitely doing this the hardest way. I decided to go to Wikipedia and I'm looking up lists of challenge contestants, and it's just like this big long list. Isn't her name like Kayla? So stupid. Kayla Casillas.
Kayla.
Look, Bing just knows because Bing is my main thing. Look, 1992. She's 29. Okay, she's 29.
Yeah. And she's just like, listen, you've been to one final. You didn't even win it.
You didn't win it.
Like, chill out.
She sucks. She sucks.
That's what gets me with her the most.
Yeah. All right. So there's Kayla. Now, as deliberations and such were going on at that club, as we're now trying to decide who will be selected to go into the arena, Beth.
Actually, can I mention one thing about the competition that the women had? Because I do not understand the strategy. Obviously, the treehouse was all working together, but like, what are Naya and Janae doing? Janae's throwing stuff at Beth, and then of course how it ends up, because the treehouse is all working together. Naya's throwing stuff at Beth and throwing stuff at Ronnie. Janae's doing the same thing, and then it's all treehouse people up there at the end, and we have to hear them screaming treehouse. Like it's like that would annoy me as other players in the game, and it's like Janae and Naya, like, okay, why wouldn't you go after people that you're not working with? Like, Beth is the one that you go for. Like, sure, maybe you don't like her, but like, she just got there and she has no alliances whatsoever. It's like, I feel like they're just letting the treehouse just run the game. It's just,
No, but they are so outnumbered in a game. And this is the problem with this ring toss. You can't really take that as an opportunity to do anything. Even if they made a move and try to get some of the people in the treehouse out, what difference does it make?
Yeah, I guess I just
treehouse
like
is basically females. I mean,
right. I do feel like there is a pecking order though, and like if you want to go after Kayla first, and then try to get a Sylvia or Veronica next. It felt like, what is the point of going after people that aren't even in the treehouse? Like, at least give yourself a chance.
Right, but I guess the argument is like, what is the point of any of it? So let's just say you go out and you get Kayla out. She'll be one of the only people you get out, because the rest of them will just take you out. And then like it wouldn't matter, because like it would still be a treehouse member that's in the authority either way. Like, you might as well just do whatever you want. I mean, they are literally powerless. Which is what is so not fun about about this alliance. Except for the fact that, like, once Naya and Janae are out, then what?
Right.
Like, this is an ill-formed alliance. Like, like it's all women. Like, your eliminations are all gender-based.
Yeah.
What are you doing? You literally have no choice so very soon to go after each other. Right. And I think that's, especially now that you have to choose your opponents, this could actually do you think that's why this format changed? Do you think this was always planned, or did they do this knowing that this silly treehouse is a thing?
I don't know. I could see it being something that they planned on, but maybe started it earlier.
Okay.
Do you think that's possible?
I think it's all possible.
By the way, I still can't believe that we have no idea what these stars do still.
I don't know that they do. I think they want to see how this shakes out and they'll decide. I think they probably have multiple options for what they want to do with these stars. and they're going to see who's left and what's been going on, and then they can say what it is.
Yeah.
For maximum effect.
Yeah.
Which I like.
Yeah, no, I like it too. I'm just dying to know.
I trust the Seneca Cranes of the world, For those of you who don't know, Seneca Crane was head game maker in Hunger Games. Thank you. That's it. That's a Hunger Games reference. Thank you. Thank you. Long live Katniss.
Yeah.
So Beth and Yes are out of here. And
they are.
An embarrassing showing by Beth, I will say. She just decides not to. So
what do you think about her complaints? I mean, we've seen it. I feel like for the history of the challenge, there's always people screaming out, trying to help whoever they want to win. What did you think about her complaint here, though, being that it's not fair that people are calling out because you can't see the other person's side and this and that? Like, should it be something that they're trying to work through on their own? Because it didn't seem like anybody was helping Wes and Yes very much. Maybe a little bit. Like Brad, I think was kind of saying
a little bit.
I think it was more encouragement than like actual help. Whereas MJ, like Beth can't see John A, and MJ is telling John A, go to your left. I mean, I guess Beth can hear that too, so she could start going in the opposite direction or something. But I don't know. What do you think about this?
Okay. As I was watching it, I had a thought. And then as we were talking tonight, I had a second thought. My first thought was, how whack. Get out of here, Beth. Like you came here acting like you were going to shake things up, and you just basically wasted our time. You should have just went home last week, like we wanted you to.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
Fine. I would have rather Kendall stay at this point.
Yeah.
What was the point of any of this? All right.
I know, right?
but now what I wonder is what the point of any of this was. I wonder if there was some more like behind the scenes drama that we don't know. I wonder if because we had these medical exits, production was looking for somebody to step in, and Beth said, listen, I don't really want to do this season, but I understand your numbers are off. So I'll come in, I'll shake it up, and I'm going to get the hell out of here first chance I can. Yeah. But I don't want to go out like a punk, so I'm not going to go out first. And then she just stood there. She's like, you know what? I never intended to be here. I did this for a quick paycheck, and I'm out of here. Yeah, thank you. I'll take a full stipend for this random in a spur of the moment, show up. Yeah. I'll take a full stipend. Thank you. And you can make the check out to Beth. B-E. Yeah.
B-E. Oh God, that got me.
That's what I think that was at this point. Which I would have rather just give Kendall another pass and just let Kendall just stay. Don't waste our time with this. I would have, because Kendall is a way more interesting challenger. Yes, Kendall actually wants to be there. She wants to play the game.
And I would have loved to see Kendall and Kellyanne try to make some moves,
Yeah. That was our only shot at the treehouse getting attacked. Except now that we're talking about it, like it's not like Kendall and Kellyanne ever tried to team up with like Naya or John A.
Yeah, I never understood.
I don't remember any conversations going on that side. It was always Kendall and Kellyanne, and then it was Naya and John A. But not really. It's just because they're there. They're not actually working together. They're just existing, and then it's like all the rest of the women. Like, what is that?
Right. Yeah, it really, the whole thing is just bizarre to me. It's like there's this big alliance in the house that people know about, but nobody's trying to like team up to do anything about it. And like that could have been a very interesting like alliance. Like, if you had Kendall, Kellyanne, Janae, and Naya, I feel like Naya would have been able to pull Jordan in. You know what I mean? That's 5 people right there that could kind of team up and do some damage in the game.
Yeah.
I don't know why they never did it.
I don't know either.
Based on what we saw in that next on, though, it looks like Naya is done with the treehouse. She was like, honestly, fuck the treehouse. That was like the last thing that we saw in the next on segment. So I don't know. We'll see.
I hope so. I'm tired of them.
I'm so tired.
It's not
of those.
fun anymore. I mean, like, well, it was never fun. I don't think big alliances are fun. I prefer smaller ones. That's why even like the kickoff to BB23 was so great because you've got the teams of 4. I've always said I like that. This is whack. This isn't fun. When you're the majority and you can just make all these decisions. I mean, you have too much power for a big alliance. Yeah.
Right. Like the guys' side is still. I mean, I guess this competition wasn't as much because they kind of planned everything out. And you kind of knew who was going to win. But like, at least like on the men's side, like it's a little more unclear. Like there's people working together, as people have relationships from the past, but even like Brad being as close to Wes as he is, like outside of the game, was very wary of like working with Wes in the game, and literally had to wake him up and get him out of bed to sit him down to talk to him. You know, like, and those are people that are like working together. And then you get to like the women's side of the competition, and it's just like the treehouse and like a couple other people, and we know what's going to happen.
Yeah,
that's what it feels like, and it's just like, let's shake this up a little bit. Come on.
Come on.
Come on.
Hey, come on.
You know, come on, man.
Hey. Come on. Stupid. That's all I have for the challenge.
Yeah. I think that's all I have too.
Yeah. I gotta say though, I am so happy that the challenge is finally getting the shine that it deserves. You know.
Yeah.
I'm really excited about it coming to CBS. I'm excited that it's going to be right after Big Brother, so these people can understand the culture and they get it. Yeah, it's really exciting to me.
We're getting 3 seasons of the challenge in 1 year. Big Brother, Challenge All Stars, Challenge USA, Challenge 38, right?
We might be getting more than that because we don't know when these international offshoots are coming.
Oh, that's true. That's true. Wow.
I wish we were getting the Challenge Canada.
I know.
I don't know why they were left out, you know?
Yeah. We love our Canadian friends.
We do. We miss you. We miss you. What else? There's something else about the challenge. I also don't know how I'm going to feel about not seeing the little MTV logo next to it. You know, even though All Stars has moved to Paramount, blah, 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 blah. I think that's going to be a little strange too. But I'm really excited. Did you see that video with Julie and TJ? I know they weren't really together and all that, but did you see it?
Yes. And like the fact that they're in a video together is just, my heart.
Oh my gosh. I'm telling you, yeah. Made it beat a little faster. All right, we're done. I'm done.
Yeah, I don't think I got anything else for challenge.
I don't have anything else. No. It'd be nice to have a little intermission before we switch over.
Sure.
All right. So what do we have the week ahead? Well, in 20 minutes, we're live with Big Brother Australia. We'll be chatting about that. Then Monday, at 9:30, RuPaul's Drag Race All Stars Season 7. Okay. As we do it on Monday. Then we're back next week, Thursday. Challenge All Stars 3. All right. That's all the news. That's the schedule as it is. I can't imagine any reason to do a pop-up. There's nothing exciting going on. Nothing's happening live, right?
Yeah, I don't think so.
Now we're just talking to be talking. Thank you so much. You can find us on the socials at BB Jury Duty. And we're done. Thanks a lot.